government official and his wife had come for Sri Ma's darsana. They were meeting her for the first time. To a question of theirs, Sri Ma replied, "If you say you have no faith, you should try to establish yourself in the conviction that you have no faith. Where no is, yes is potentially there as well. Who can claim to be beyond negation and affirmation? To have faith is imperative. The natural impulse to have faith in something, which is deep-rooted in man, develops into faith in God. This is why human birth is such a great boon. It cannot be said that no one has faith. Everyone surely believes in something or other. The word man, hus, man, is derived from man, mind, and hus, conscious, which denotes the mind's awareness and vigilance. This shows that man's natural calling is to attain to self-knowledge. When children learn to read and write, they have to accept rebuke and censure. God, too, now and again administers to man a mild beating. This is but a token of his mercy. From the worldly standpoint, such blows are considered extremely painful, but actually they bring about a change of heart and lead to peace. By disturbing worldly happiness, they induce man to seek the path to supreme bliss. It is of course true that the human body lives by breathing, and hence there is suffering. Human life, in fact animal life in general, depends on breathing, which is a sign of disturbance in the universal equilibrium. The entire creation is characterized by this disturbance. The process of breathing implies a dual movement, inward and outward, and a periodic rest between the two. The state of harmony can be reached by getting rid of this urge for movement, by attaining to repose, calm, and peace. This is possible through yoga. When one is in a state of perfect poise, there is no longer any need to breathe. There are two kinds of pilgrims on life's journey. The one, like a tourist, is keen on sightseeing, wandering from place to place, flitting from one experience to another for the fun of it. The other treads the path that is consistent with man's true being and leads to his real home, to self-knowledge. Sorrow will of a certainty be encountered on the journey undertaken for the sake of sightseeing and enjoyment. So long as one's real home has not been found, suffering is inevitable. The sense of separateness is the root cause of misery because it is founded on error, on the conception of duality. This is why the world is called dunya, based on duality. A man's belief is greatly influenced by his environment. Therefore, he should choose the company of the holy and wise. Belief means to believe in oneself. Disbelief, to mistake the non-self for oneself. There are instances of self-realization occurring by the grace of God, whereas at other times it can be seen that he awakens in some a feverish yearning after truth. In the first case, attainment comes spontaneously. In the second, it is brought about by trials. But all is wrought solely by his mercy. Man thinks he is the doer of his actions, while actually everything is managed from there. The connection is there, as well as the powerhouse, yet people say, "I do." How wonderful it is! When in spite of all efforts one fails to catch a train, does this not make it clear from where all one's movements are being directed? Whatever is to happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time, is all fixed by him. His arrangements are perfect. An eternal relationship exists between God and man. But in his play, it is sometimes there and sometimes severed, or rather appears to be severed. It is not really so, for the relationship is eternal. Again, seen from another side, there is no such thing as relationship. Someone who came to meet this body said, "I am a newcomer to you." He got the reply, "Ever new and ever old indeed." The light of the world comes and goes. It is unstable. The light that is eternal can never be extinguished. By this light you behold the outer light and everything in the universe. It is only because it shines ever within you that you can perceive the outer light. Whatever appears to you in the universe is due solely to that great light within you, and only because the supreme knowledge of the essence of things lies hidden in the depths of your being is it possible for you to acquire knowledge of any kind. The human brain may be compared to the root of a tree. If the root is watered, nourishment spreads to every part of the plant. There are occasions when you say your brain is tired. When does this happen? When you are very busy with outer things. But as soon as you return home and talk to your loved ones, your head feels light and you are full of joy. For this reason it is said, because your brain belongs to yourself, your own work does not produce weariness. Really speaking, all work is your work. Only how can you understand this? Indeed, the whole world is yours, of yourself, your very own. But you perceive it as separate, just as you see others. To know it to be your own gives happiness, but the notion that it is apart from you causes misery. To perceive duality means pain, conflict, struggle, and death. Pataji, do take to some kind of sadhana. Inquirer, it is all in God's hands. Sri Ma. Exactly. Always bear this in mind. Everything is in God's hands, and you are His tool to be used by Him as He pleases. Try to grasp the significance of all is His, and you will immediately feel free from all burdens. What will be the result of your surrender to Him? None will seem alien. All will be your very own, yourself. Either melt by devotion the sense of separateness, or burn it by knowledge. For what is it that melts or burns? Only that which by its nature can be melted or burnt, namely the idea that something other than yourself exists. What will happen then? You come to know yourself. By virtue of the Guru's power, everything becomes possible. Therefore, seek a Guru. Meanwhile, since all names are His name, all forms His form, select one of them and keep it with you as your constant companion. At the same time, He is also nameless and formless. For the Supreme, it is possible to be everything and yet nothing. So long as you have not found a guru, adhere to the name or form of him that appeals to you most, and ceaselessly pray that he may reveal himself to you as the Sadguru. In very truth, the Guru dwells within, and unless you discover the inner Guru, nothing can be achieved. If you feel no desire to turn to God, bind yourself by a daily routine of sadhana, as school children do, whose duty it is to follow a fixed timetable. When prayer does not spontaneously flow from your heart, ask yourself, why do I find pleasure in the fleeting things of this world? If you crave for some outer thing or feel specially attracted to a person, you should pause and say to yourself, look out, you are being fascinated by the glamour of this. Is there a place where God is not? Family life, which is the ashrama of the householder, can also take you in His direction, provided it is accepted as an ashrama. Lived in this spirit, it helps man to progress towards self-realization. Nevertheless, if you hanker after anything such as name, fame, or position, God will bestow it on you, but you will not feel satisfied. The kingdom of God is a whole, and unless you are admitted to the whole of it, you cannot remain content. He grants you just a little, only to keep your discontent alive, for without discontent, there can be no progress. You, a scion of the immortal, can never become reconciled to the realm of death. Neither does God allow you to remain in it. He Himself kindles the sense of want in you by granting you a small thing, only to whet your appetite for a greater one. This is His method by which He urges you on. The traveler on this path finds it difficult and feels troubled, but one who has eyes to see can clearly perceive that the pilgrim is advancing. The distress that is experienced burns to ashes all pleasure derived from worldly things. This is what is called tapasya. What obstructs one on the spiritual path bears within itself seeds of future suffering. Yet the heartache, the anguish over the effects of these obstructions are the beginning of an awakening to consciousness.